Did I skip 11? Excuse me. Publication of commissioners' proceedings, bids, legal ads, and notices. I'm sorry.
Chairman, last week we had discussion on legals, who had it this week and who didn't have it, or this quarter and who didn't. And the discussion got into really for us about it, so we put it on the agenda so that we could openly discuss how we're doing legal ads and notices for publications. Do we continue the same way we were doing it? Do we change it? How do we do it?
These were given to me right before the meeting from the Claremore Progress. They gave us all three of us. They wanted this entered into the minutes.
Apology accepted.
Okay, Mr. Hill, you put this on there, clerk.
Okay, the publications of the commissioners' proceeding, bids, legal ads, and notices, whether or not we continue with the same way we've been doing it, we change it, how we do it.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, may I?
Yes, sir.
This is on the agenda because in 2012, we had decided to rotate the publications. The county clerk and myself, before the new year started, the new calendar year, we put 4 newspapers' names in a hat, drew them out, and that was the order. It was Claremore, and Chelsea, then Illegal, then I know. Okay, last week, I believe it was last week, it was brought up, how was this going to be done again? And I don't remember which one of you brought it up. Someone brought it up. We could not, it wasn't an agenda item, so we couldn't say, yeah, let's just do it the same way, or let's change it, or let's... Another example of how things get blown out of proportion. This is simply an agenda item to determine the order of the publication.
I have one question. On this, it says publication of commissioners' proceedings, bids, legal ads, and notices. Should it not say discussion with possible action? Mr. Iskey?
On page 1 of your agenda,
That's it.
right underneath the centered language saying agenda, which is bold and underlined, the following words appear: consideration, discussion, and possible action to be taken on the following listed items on the agenda. For convenience, you all, as a matter of habit, tend to repeat those words, discussion and possible action, on numerous of your agenda items. If the question is being asked, does item 19, paragraph 11, publication of commissioners' proceedings, bids, legal ads, and notices, does that, is the public on notice that there may be discussion and possible action? It would be my recommendation to you that the public is on notice because of the bolded and capitalized language on page 1.
Okay, thank you. Now, who's,
So,
are you done?
I'm done.
how does it go now? When you did it, how did,
The last time, as I said, the clerk and I simply put the names in a hat and drew them out. Okay? This time, it's on the agenda because it was brought up how to do it again. If we would have made a decision, in essence, we would have voted, and it was not an agenda item. So, and I actually thought I asked for this to be put on the agenda, but apparently Commissioner Helm did. So we can discuss, yeah, we could run for it anyway, but this way it is, as all things are out in the open, in a public meeting, and we can decide. We can do it the same, we can do it in reverse order, we can draw names again, it doesn't matter. But it does need to be done in a meeting.
so what is it now, Madam Clerk? How does it go now? I mean, what was it last year?
Last year, Claremore had the first quarter, Chelsea had the second quarter, Boonville the third, I know the fourth.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion, we just stay the same.
I was waiting on more discussion.
I think we're done. Do you have anything else?
It looked like it was still on.
Well, if we're doing it, then, if we're gonna do it in all proceedings, all bids, all legal ads and everything, we need to follow those 4 new papers. So if whoever month it is or quarter it is, everyone in this courthouse should follow that paper. Right?
Are they not?
I don't know, but I wanna make sure everybody knows that all of them should follow.
Well, if they don't follow it,
Then we shouldn't pay.
then we shouldn't pay it. Exactly.
I have a motion.
Sir, may I speak?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm with the Inola paper.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm with the Inola paper, and you want to stay in the same location. I'm asking though, is the first quarter not the more financially, aren't you putting more legals in the first quarter? Would it not be better to just go with a draw once again to be sure that all the papers get the same chance at the legal amount?
So your contention is that it's not fair to the 3 other newspapers?
I'm not saying that, I'm just saying that if you just stay with the same location each time, and I'm not just really sure, but I kind of believe that the first quarter is the most legals are put in at that time. I am saying, I think it would be fair to put it up for another draw, and go with your draw again.
I just have one question.
Go ahead.
So your opinion is the most the most fair way.
I don't really know this, but that's what I thought. But I do believe that would be a fair way to do a draw every year.
That's all I
I have a motion on the table. Looks
Thank
like it's
you.
gonna die from lack of second.
Thank you.
have. Well, yeah.
Okay. Do I have a motion on how to do this?
I make a motion that we draw it. That seems to be fair.
Second.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm,
Aye.
Thacker.
Aye.
Motion's been carried to draw again.
We do it now or do it later?
I don't believe it's on the agenda to do, is it?
I recommend you do it next week with clarifying items, so it's crystal clear that you'll be on the answer.
So on that notice, Madam Clerk, can you put on there that all legals, all documentation for whoever has it by each quarter, every elected office and the department heads follow that same schedule?
Yes. But I also have something to discuss here. With this upcoming Fair Board election, we need to get this posted in the newspapers as soon as possible. I think we have 10 days, and does anyone remember when the election was set?
February 8th.
February 8th. Teresa and I discussed this, and we said we needed a decision pretty quickly, so we could get that in the newspaper.
Well, do you not have 10 days? Oh, we need a decision on where it's going,
We need a decision on where
on the rotation.
Could we reset?
Okay, ask me a question, I'll give you an answer.
Could we change, would it be possible, I'm gonna ask Dan, would it be
Ask
possible
Mr.
to
Iskey.
change, no, it's not a legal question. Would it be possible to change the motions to assign one of the chairman to do this after the meeting?
Mr. Iskey?
To draw the names after the hearing,
Yeah,
after this meeting.
Like they've done in the past? Suppose that's the way you did it last year?
yeah, that's what we did last year, we just, it seemed fair, draw the names, you know.
But then we did put it on the agenda how we drew.
Yeah, the next, right.
Okay. As to that question, can you do it? Yes. Would I recommend you do it? No. Pull the names out of the hat in front of God and everybody.
Yeah.
That way there's no question about it. Your question, as I also hear the question being posed by the clerk, is what do we do right now with what you have to publish? Make a decision and do it for right now. Unless you, if you're telling me the business of the county will come to a stop unless you make a decision right now about publication. If you're telling me that the business of the county will come to a halt if you cannot make certain publications within this next week, you're empowered to make a decision how you want to go. There's nothing that says you have to rotate or do anything. You make a decision. You can have a special meeting on Wednesday and decide. You have many, many options.
So if we do a special meeting, we do it Wednesday and draw before public,
Yes.
and you still have to read it.
Robin, would you be all right, would the other places be all right with publications until Wednesday? I don't know anything about the court clerk, the county clerk, the treasurer, the assessor. We don't have any ideas on how they are on publications. Let me get on my calendar. not gonna be anything done there. Item 12, discussion with possible action regarding resolution number 2014-95 for the employee deductible reimbursement plan for 2014. I've already said that once, but Mrs. Bentley.
This is just our annual agreement to do our $250 reimbursement.
It's $250?
Either one of you got anything on that? Do I have a motion? Second.
Delozer,
Aye.
Helm,
Aye.
Thacker,
Aye.
motion's been carried and approved.
Okay, number 13, monthly report of officers for December 2013. I'm gonna make the motion that we recess for 5 minutes.